For deploying this app on Heroku, you must have Git installed on your machine. As you may be aware, Git is one of the most popular distributed version control systems available out there. So if you haven't done already, make sure you install Git on your machine. You can get the latest build for your operating system from this website. And if you want to learn more about Git, you can read this free book called Pro Git, which is available for you to read online. So I already have Git installed on my machine. So I'm going to go straight to the terminal, and I'm already in the app folder. Now, if you look at the directory structure, if you look at the folder structure for ChatCat, you notice that we have a folder called node_modules. So this is the folder where NPM has been storing all our modules, including our Express framework, the socket.io, Hogan Express, and others. And we don't actually have to upload the contents of this folder on Heroku, because all these dependencies are mentioned in the package.json. And when we deploy the app, Heroku will directly install all these dependencies in its repository. So to prevent the upload of this folder, we'll create a file in the project root called .gitignore. To do that on Windows, I'll simply say copy space con .gitignore, press enter, and type in the exact name of the folder that you want to ignore. So that'll be node_modules, and it should be followed by a /. Alright, so once you've done this, press enter, press F6, and press enter once again. So you'll have a file called .gitignore in the root created for you. Let's start our deployment process. I'm assuming that you already have the Heroku toolbelt installed. So let's start by typing Heroku space login. And let's type in our login email ID. And we'll type in the password. And if you're logging in for the first time, it says could not find an existing public key. The Heroku toolbelt uses SSH for all communication, for all uploads, and it is necessary for you to generate a public key for enabling the Heroku toolbelt to upload your files. So we'll type Y here and press enter. And it says authentication successful. So once this is done, we have to initialize a new Git repo. To do that, we'll type git git, give a space, and type init git init. Press enter. Now once our Git repo is initialized, the next thing that we want to do is we want to add a reference to the Heroku repository that we created earlier when we created the new app called ChatCat. To do that, type in Heroku, put a space, git, put a colon, remote -a, and followed by the name of your app. So in this case, my app is called ChatCat. Make sure you type it in exactly the same way as you've created it on Heroku. And once you do this, press enter. And what this does is this links your newly created Git repo to the chatcat.herokuapp.com repo that you initialized when you created the ChatCat app on Heroku. You can verify the remote reference by doing a git remote -v, and this will tell you that for fetching files and for pushing files on the server is going to use git at heroku.com:chatcat.git. If you go back to your Heroku dashboard And if you go into settings, you'll find the Git URL is exactly the same as what we have just created. So that's git@heroku.com:chatcat.git. Next, we will add all our app files to the Git repo. So we'll do a git add and put a dot, and this will add all the files to the Git repo. Then we're going to commit all these files. So we'll say git commit -m, and in double quotes let's type chatcat first commit. Okay, and press enter. Now once you've done this, we are ready to push our files from the Git repo that we have created locally on our machine to Heroku. To do that, type git push Heroku master. Okay, so that's git push Heroku master. Press enter. And it says the authenticity of host heroku.com can't be established. Are you sure you want to continue? So we'll type yes, press enter. And give it a moment as it uploads all your files. And now you can see that based on the package.json, it's actually installing all our dependencies directly on Heroku. So no need to upload these files. Alright, so we have successfully deployed our app. It says chatcat.herokuapp.com deployed to Heroku. So Heroku uses a concept of dynos. Think of the dyno as a container with a single app in a single process. The best part about Heroku is that it gives you one dyno absolutely free of cost. So let's activate that dyno and get our app up and working. So we'll type Heroku followed by ps:\scale followed by web is equal to 1. So this will provision one single dyno for your Node app. And remember, this is free. If at any point in time you need to scale up the dynos and make your app more responsive and able to handle a large amount of concurrent users and requests, you can simply use this command line syntax to add more dynos to your app. So let's go to chatcat.herokuapp.com and see what we get. So there you go. We have the app up and working. So with the app deployed, the absolute very last thing to do is to switch our configuration to production mode. To do that, type Heroku config:\add node_env. So that's node_env, all uppercase, is equal to production. Alright, so that's Heroku config:\add node_env is equal to production. Press enter. And it says setting config variables and restarting ChatCat. So now that we have the app running, let's go back to the page. Let's refresh once. And let's click on the login button. So there you go. Let's create a room. Click on create room. So you can see that the WebSockets are working. I'll log in to this room. And you can see that I am logged in. I'll type in a message. And you can see that everything works well. Let's get another user in and see if this is working across multiple users. So let's get a second user logged in. and we'll click on the same room that we had created earlier. And you can see that as the user logs in, both our panels get updated. And there you go. So that's ChatCat. I hope you enjoyed this production example. If you faced any problems, be sure to post them in the forums and I'll be happy to solve them for you.